Serena Williams clashed with Savannah Guthrie in a tense Today interview, and what unfolded on live morning television quickly became one of the most dissected celebrity moments of the year. Not because of a shocking announcement or a dramatic walk-off, but because of what was left hanging in the air. What began as a polished, carefully managed media appearance meant to highlight Serena's post-tennis life slowly transformed into an awkward, pressure-filled exchange that reignited global speculation about her future, her legacy, and whether one of the greatest athletes of all time is truly finished with the sport that made her an icon. From the moment Serena Williams appeared on The Today Show, the expectations were crystal clear. Viewers tuned in expecting warmth, inspiration, and reflection. This was supposed to be a feel-good segment, a celebration of Serena's evolution beyond tennis, her role as a mother, her growing influence in business and media, and her ability to redefine success on her own terms. Serena has spent the last few years carefully shaping this narrative, presenting herself as fulfilled, grounded, and content after decades of relentless competition and global scrutiny. But beneath that calm, polished exterior has always been a question that refuses to disappear. No matter how many times Serena pivots to talk about family or life after sports, the world keeps pulling her back toward the court. And Savannah Guthrie, an experienced journalist who knows exactly where the public curiosity lies, didn't hesitate to bring that question to the surface. At first, the interview flowed smoothly. Serena spoke with confidence and ease, smiling as she discussed her children, her routine, and how different life feels without the constant pressure of training, traveling, and competing. There was a sense that she wanted viewers to see her as more than an athlete, as a woman finally living at her own pace after spending most of her life on someone else's schedule. Then, the tone shifted. The moment Savannah steered the conversation back toward tennis, the energy in the room subtly changed. Specifically, Savannah referenced reports that Serena's name had once again appeared in professional anti-doping records. For casual viewers, that detail might sound boring or overly technical, but in elite sports, it carries enormous weight. Year-round drug testing is not optional for active competitors. It's mandatory. When a retired player's name reappears in that system, it is rarely accidental. To fans, analysts, and insiders, that single detail felt like a flashing signal. It suggested preparation, it suggested intention, and most of all, it suggested that Serena may not be as done with tennis as she's publicly claimed. Serena's reaction to the question was immediate and revealing. She laughed, but it wasn't the relaxed, unbothered laugh people associate with her most confident moments. It was a laugh that felt guarded, slightly nervous, almost like a reflex to deflect rather than engage. Her body language shifted. She leaned back, raised her eyebrows, and questioned why this topic was even being brought up on the show. There was a clear sense that this wasn't the conversation she had agreed to have. Savannah followed up, asking if Serena's laughter meant the answer was no. That's when the tension became impossible to ignore. Serena didn't say yes, she didn't say no. Instead, she turned the question back around, using humor to redirect the spotlight. This subtle exchange became the core of the interview, a quiet standoff wrapped in smiles, jokes, and polite laughter. It wasn't loud, it wasn't dramatic in the traditional sense, but it was emotionally charged. Serena emphasized that she was happy. She spoke about enjoying her life, being present for her children, and embracing a slower, more grounded routine. After decades of pushing her body to its limits, chasing perfection, and carrying the weight of global expectations, she described this phase of her life as peaceful. She made it clear that she was no longer interested in proving anything to anyone. In one of the most talked about moments of the interview, Serena described herself not as a sports legend, not as a business mogul, but as a full-time stay-at-home mom. She even revealed that when asked to list her occupation on a form, she wrote housewife. That single word detonated across social media almost instantly. For some fans, it was refreshing. They saw it as a powerful statement, a woman who has accomplished everything choosing to embrace motherhood without apology or explanation. For others, it felt complicated. How could someone who reshaped an entire sport reduce themselves to a label that society often undervalues? And for many, it felt like Serena was trying to send a message that she is done being defined solely by her career. But the conversation didn't stop there. Savannah returned to the drug testing pool, pointing out that Serena's presence there was difficult to ignore. Serena responded carefully, suggesting she wasn't even sure she had ever officially left it. That answer raised eyebrows. Serena Williams is known for her discipline, precision, and detail to attention. The idea that she wouldn't know whether she was subject to professional testing felt unlikely, and that uncertainty only deepened the mystery. As the interview continued, it began to feel like a quiet tug of war. Savannah, fulfilling her role as a journalist, pushed for clarity. Serena, protecting her autonomy, refused to give the world a headline it could run with. When Savannah suggested that this might be the perfect moment to shut down the rumors for once and for all, Serena deflected again, joking that she just wanted to go back to bed. The joke landed, the audience laughed, but the speculation only intensified. Within minutes of the broadcast, clips of the interview flooded social media. Fans replayed the exchange over and over, analyzing every pause, every smile, every shift in tone. Body language experts weighed in. Sports commentators debated whether Serena's answers were intentional misdirection or genuine uncertainty. This moment struck such a nerve because Serena's relationship with retirement has never been clean or final. When she stepped away from professional tennis after the 2022 U.S. Open, she famously avoided using the word retirement. Instead, she said she was evolving away from the sport. That phrasing was poetic, emotional, and deeply Serena, but it also left the door open just enough for endless interpretation. Since then, Serena has existed in a strange in-between space. She is no longer competing, yet she is never truly absent. Her name still dominates headlines, her legacy still shapes the sport. Every time she appears in public, people search for signs, a hint of training, a familiar intensity, a spark that suggests unfinished business. At the same time, Serena has been brutally honest about the cost of greatness. She has spoken about chronic injuries, physical pain, and the emotional toll of life on tour. She has shared her traumatic childbirth experience and the long recovery that followed. She has talked about the guilt of missing moments with her children in pursuit of titles and trophies. These aren't abstract concerns. A comeback wouldn't just be a career decision, it would be a personal risk. The interview also exposed the unique pressure Serena faces as an icon. Most athletes are allowed to fade quietly into the background. Serena isn't. Her impact is too large, her influence too deep. The public feels entitled to answers, closure, and certainty, even when the person at the center of the story may not have those answers herself. What made the exchange with Savannah Guthrie so compelling is that it captured that pressure in real time. Serena wasn't angry, she wasn't hostile, but she wasn't entirely comfortable either. When Savannah asked at the end whether Serena was mad at her, Serena smiled and reassured her that she wasn't. It was a polite moment, a gracious moment, but the tension lingered beneath the surface. In the days that followed, the conversation only grew louder. Some viewers accused Savannah of pushing too hard. Others applauded her for asking the question everyone wanted answered. And through it all, Serena said nothing. No follow-up, no clarification, no attempt to redirect the narrative. That silence speaks volumes. It suggests that Serena herself may still be processing what comes next. It suggests she isn't ready to close doors just to satisfy public curiosity, and it suggests that the world may have to learn how to live with uncertainty when it comes to legends who refuse to be boxed into neat conclusions. There's also the broader context of sports culture to consider. Comebacks are irresistible stories. They promise nostalgia, redemption, and the thrill of seeing greatness again. Fans want to believe in them, especially when the athlete is someone whose dominance once felt almost mythical. But comebacks are also dangerous. They can complicate legacies. They can expose vulnerability. They can turn admiration into criticism if expectations aren't met. Serena understands that better than anyone. Her entire career has been shaped by scrutiny, double standards, and pressure that few athletes ever experience. The Today Show interview didn't confirm a return to tennis. It didn't announce a retirement either. What it did was offer a rare glimpse into Serena Williams at a crossroads, not as a champion chasing trophies, but as a woman fiercely guarding her right to choose her own future on her own timeline. And that's why this moment resonated so deeply. It wasn't just about tennis. It was about identity, about what happens when the world refuses to let you evolve beyond the role it fell in love with, about the strength it takes to say, "I don't know," in a culture that demands certainty. Whether Serena ever steps back onto a competitive court remains unknown. The clues are there, the contradictions are there, and perhaps that's exactly how she wants it. Not everything needs an announcement. Not every chapter needs closure. For now, the story continues to unfold in fragments. A comment here, a laugh there, a refusal to shut the door. And until Serena herself decides how the next chapter is written, the speculation will continue, fueled by moments like this one, when tension, curiosity, and legacy collide on live television. Make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more celebrity updates just like this.